Coach Wilson talked yesterday, I guess, about not just making sure guys are getting reps at quarterback, but that the right guys are getting sort of the right reps.
Yep.
How do you dial that in to make sure that that you're tailoring maybe individual work to guys getting the work they need?
Yeah, but that's exactly what we're trying to do is we need to make sure that we're getting the right quarterbacks, the right plays, the right blocking schemes. Do we need more movement throws for one guy, more screens? Certain guys might be better at run-pass options than others. So for us, that's still what we're trying to do right now is determine who can do what and then start to accentuate some of those positives that they can do.
And Coach, I think he's also said kind of through the preseason that it's not just about maybe big plays or explosive plays, but what's important back there to him is managing the offense and limiting turnovers, keeping things on schedule, that kind of. Is that maybe in terms of looking at individual sort of figuring out what different guys need to work on, does that maybe reveal itself a little bit too?
Oh, it does. And I think that that's always the number one goal of any quarterback is can you put your team into the end zone? And if you're going to do that, you're going to limit turnovers, you're going to limit sacks, keep us out of negative plays, things like that. There's an it factor to it. There's some command presence that they have to have. So those are all things we're looking for. You know, our defense is going to be way better this year. And so for us, you know, we don't need to put our quarterback in a situation where they have to go win the game for us every single week. We need them to manage the game, not necessarily go win the game.
Did the mini scrimmage today, that provide any new observations for you as far as where guys are in this kind of quarterback battle?
It's hard to tell right now. We'll go watch the film and kind of figure things out. As a coach, there's an old saying, it's never as bad as you think and it's never as good as you think. So right now it's hard to say until we watch the film.
What about Mitchell Page? You know, what are you seeing from him, and has his new hairstyle helped his game?
Not really. I don't know about the new hairstyle, but if that's what he likes and he's good with it, he's earned it. You know, if anything, I see a driven young man, a kid that's really ready to make his senior year the best year ever. And we're really asking him to take more of a leadership role, more of a vocal role than he has in the past. And he has it within him. He's a natural leader, and I think he's embraced it.
The first week of practices, what have you seen out of Jay Shun? Obviously, he had limited opportunities this summer, but what's he been like so far?
I think Jay Shun's back. I really do. Boy, he looks fast and explosive. And really for us, we wanted to see him get hit. We wanted to see him make live, change of direction cuts, and just play in a competitive environment. 7-on-7 when no one's touching you is way different when you put football pads on and you actually play the game. And I really think he's back. He's doing a lot of good things.
Nick Westbrook, they got some playing time last year. He's a guy that some of the other receivers you mentioned has really had a good summer. How's he started out fall camp?
He's doing well. Really, he's carried off, I think, where his summer was. And he actually won an award through our strength staff of having really the best summer, the most gains of a lot of the guys on our team. And he's playing like it now. He's playing in a bigger physical role, making plays, playing with more confidence. And we expect him to do a lot of big things this year.
How far has Luke Timian come just from this point a year ago?
Light years. And I think he's a lot like Nick Westbrook, that they're both doing really, really good things. And I go back to what I said at the beginning of the year, I don't know that we have twos. I think Nick Westbrook and Luke, they can roll and step up just as well as the ones can. You know, right now, Jay Shun Harris backs up Mitchell Page, but if Jay Shun ran out there first, I don't know if we'd miss a beat. And I think we've created some depth there. Those guys have all worked hard. They're all embracing each other, and we're going to go try to play as fast as we can and wear people out.
How do, I guess, maybe some of those second-string guys, as promising as they've looked, carve out a role for themselves when you do have your top three receivers returning from last year?
It's going to be tough, you know, because there's only one ball. But like I say, our goal every single week is to play fast and just to wear people down. And they know we'll go 3, 4, 5 plays, and we're wholesale change. We'll put brand new guys out there, and we're just going to continue to do that over and over. And we're, you know, the balls and the stats and the catches, that'll shake out however it shakes out. But we're just going to go play fast.
Okay, but what makes Greg Fry a successful coach? What attributes does he have that provides that success?
Well, he has an extremely high standard, and he's going to hold his kids to that standard. He demands excellence. He demands physical play, toughness, and when he doesn't see it, he fixes it. He gets it right, and he does a great job with that. He's a great mentor to those kids, does a phenomenal job just teaching leadership, teaching life lessons, using football to teach life lessons. But more than anything else, man, he's going to create some physicality, some toughness, and if he doesn't get it, he's going to continue to drill it until he gets it, or they won't play.
With Richard, you mentioned before kind of working with him on his footwork. How is that kind of come along? I mean, obviously a small sample size with 1 week of practices down, but kind of where is he in terms of?
He's come a long way and still has miles to go. But, man, he's gotten a lot better. And, he's always been a little bit, as a big, tall guy, just a big, long strider. So we're just trying to shorten up his stride, compact the motion, and he's worked really hard at that.
We saw some pretty nice deep throws from Xander yesterday during practice. Is that there consistently, or is that still something he's, again, still trying to put together?
No, I think we emphasize that. Like we spend a lot of practice time throwing deep balls, throwing the ball down the field. So hopefully that practice is now paying off in the field. But that's a main part of our offense.
Is his arm just stronger, a little bit stronger, with another year?
Diamant?
Yeah.
I think so. Really, with Alexander, it wasn't so much his arm strength; it's learning how to use his lower half and use his legs. He's always had a strong arm, so he just relies on his arm so much that once he learns how to use his lower half, he can be even that much better, that much stronger.
I'm sorry if you answered this already, but I was talking to Wes Rogers over there about the run game. You were talking to the VTN guys about that a little bit yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's something that takes a little bit of pressure off of a new quarterback.
No doubt about it.
So talk about that.
No doubt about it. Well, every single year, it starts with our run game. It starts with those big guys up front, and that's who Coach Wilson is. It doesn't matter who our quarterback is. It was that way last year with Nate Sudfeld. We're going to run the football, and we're going to find a way to run the ball, and then everything else comes off of that. And we do have some veteran O-linemen. We do have some good running backs, tight ends. We do have a lot of receivers. So, yeah, we're not going to ask our quarterback to go win the game play after play after play. We're going to ask him to manage the game. But we did the same thing with Nate, really, to be honest with you. So for us, we're still going to go do what we do, but we're going to find a way to run the ball.
Is that something you may kind of have an increased emphasis on early in the season as you get whichever quarterback ends up starting comfortable, whichever ones you use?
Yeah, I think so. But again, to me, it's just kind of what we do. We're gonna find a way to have the mix of the run, some screens, some movements, just like we did with Nate.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
thanks, Kevin.
Have a great day.